Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome to the Bold Badass Business Owner Show, where we bring you the boldest and the baddest business owners I have the honor to know. And today we have in the house someone who is actually just a few hours away from me, and that is Hank Eder, the chief instigator of the home business success community. Welcome, Hank.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be here.
Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm the studio audience, so here we go. Woo-hoo!
Oh,
Yeah,
hi,
so
studio
glad
audience.
you're here. So Hank, you all, is such a wonderful person. He's a great networker. He has done all sorts of public relations and runs a public relations firm. He offers turnkey websites for people who helps people all over the United States, especially people with home businesses in his home business success community. Because, being in a home business, you usually don't have a big budget for training, and you feel lonely sometimes, and you need support, you need training, you need expert advice. And Hank offers all of that in his home business success community. So without further ado, I want us to jump in, because today I'm going to tell y'all I like what we're talking about. What do you think, Hank? I like
I
what we're
think I
talking
do. I
about.
think I do. And I'm glad you brought up that lonely feeling because that's the number one complaint I get from home business owners. They feel alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can do a little bit by co-working, having a co-working space, but the truth of the matter is we're usually working on our own as solopreneurs. Even if we have a VA, I just hired a VA, a virtual assistant, and even then I'm working here and she's in the Philippines. So it's, yeah, absolutely.
Right. And in a co-working space or with a VA, it's not like you can go to them and share, inner thoughts or deeper ideas, or you have a decision to make and you need to bounce it off of some people you can trust. And you really
Yeah.
can't just go up to a stranger in a co-working space and say, I have to make this business decision. Will you help me?
Why didn't you tell me that? I tried that at the gas station, Hank, and it didn't work. I need to make this business decision. What should I do? Yeah, we all need a board of directors, and this is something I say with my Make It Happen Mastermind coaching program. I'm always telling people we're your board of directors, because you don't have one most likely in your business. And even if you do, you're only going to meet with them. I did know one speaker, I'll tell you. He was a little bit of a piece of work, Hank, who wanted me to be on his board of directors. He was just using people, basically. So you could have a board of directors, but you would only meet with them every few months, essentially. So when you
Right.
have a community like the Home Business Success community and my mastermind coaching program, you've got people that you can buzz up and text them in the middle of the night. You can, like we were texting last night at like 11 o'clock, and you can ask a question and you can get an answer from somebody that you trust, a trusted source who is also in business. This is really important. So let's hop in here, Hank, and I guess first thing I will ask you before we get into the excuses is, what were the things that you heard the home business owners saying that made you really want to start this membership community, the home business success community? What did you hear people saying? I know you said they were saying things like, I feel pretty alone in this work. What else did you hear that they were having challenges with?
Well, they have a decision to make. And some decisions are big and some decisions are small. The small decisions are, should I buy a Serta office chair? Will that be
Right.
better on my spine than if I buy, some other brand? But big decisions, some of them can lead to a loss of a lot of money and a great
Yep.
big suck of your time. And those are the
Yep.
kind of things I heard home business owners talking about. Or they want to bounce an idea. I've got this idea for a business that I really want to start, or I want to pursue this avenue. Is that a good idea? And at least what I want to do is put together a community where people would feel that element of trust that they could go out and
Mm,
say, I've got this business idea. What do you think of it? And people aren't sitting there with their pens writing it down so they can steal it and go out and do it. Although I
yes.
also do believe that there's a lot of room for everybody. I mean, people think that, you have a business idea, but I guarantee you that there's a whole lot of other people running that same kind of business. But what makes it unique is that it's yours and you're going to do it differently and in a more special way than other people are doing it. Yeah,
Yes, you're going to do it in the Hank way or the Barnsley way, which is completely, there are a million coaches, there are a million PR people, there are a million people running communities. But when you find a community of like minded people, man, hold on to that, hold on to it. And, Velcro yourself to it. That's what I have to say. Velcro yourself to that community. I've been to some of your events, Hank, and I've enjoyed them. I even spoke for one of your events. And, I want to say to everybody, those of you watching, that one of the coolest things about this community is that Hank does ongoing trainings in networking and technology and search engine optimization, different topics that his community is needing help with. He'll either train his community, and or get a guest speaker to come in. And so really, for a very nominal fee, you can have just that board of directors. You can have people to bounce your ideas off of, but you also get training, which is really important in business, because otherwise you're going to take the long way around the Grand Canyon.
that's one of the things that I explain in the in the landing page, basically for the home business success community.
Yeah.
That if I had had something like this when I first started looking to
Mm,
do my home based business,
yeah.
I would have acquired, not acquired, I would have achieved success at it more quickly than I did. I had to
Mhm.
start from square one and learn a whole bunch of
Yeah.
things. Yeah. And that's one of the advantages. But you brought up the trainings, and once a month we have a live training where we do things that our members really want to know about. And if I don't personally know them, I do find someone who can answer. One time I had an SEO conference with somebody who's a real SEO expert. And
Hmm.
also, if I don't know them, I do a lot of research and I curate information. And I
Hmm.
could take really valuable information on that topic and curate it into something like a PowerPoint presentation and have that as our training that month. So, but every month we have a training for our members, and the people who are members can go back into the archives. Not everybody's going to be able to attend on a certain date,
Right.
and, there's something that I want to share. I was listening uh, maybe 2 nights ago to Dean Graziosi. You probably know who he is.
Oh, yes. Love
I
his
love
stuff.
him. I love
Yeah.
him. He's
Great.
like Mr. Personality. He's like so warm. But he
He
said,
is.
and this is relevant to the home business success community. There's a lot of stuff in our archives of meetings that we've had, and somebody might join and they look at it and they say, whoa, there's like, you know, 30 things in the archive. How am I going to watch all of that? But you do it at your own pace. What I heard him
Right.
say, and it really hit home to me. He said,
Hmm.
you want to be a bodybuilder, or not a bodybuilder, but you want to get into shape. So you join a gym, but you don't go to the gym in one night and work out for 5 hours and then you're going to be in great shape for the rest of the year. You just have to keep going back. But he also said you don't go to that gym and use every single machine and contraption that's in there in one visit. You might go in
Right.
there tonight and work on your legs. You might go in
Hmm.
there, the next time and work on your arms or your chest. But you do it at your own pace and it's there for you. That's the beauty of it. It might seem intimidating when you look at all the stuff that's there, but you've got all the time in the world to do it as long as you remain a member.
And
Yeah.
you get to pick and choose. So that's the beauty of it, is that, let's say something happens and you have a difficult customer. You can go and find a training that could assist you with that and dealing with customers, customer service. Or let's say you're wanting to hire somebody for search engine optimization. I'm glad you said a real search engine optimization expert, because there are a lot of ones out there that are not. And I actually call it SEO slimy engine optimization, because there are a lot of people who charge thousands of dollars and they don't do what they said they would do, or they use black hat strategies, which are not good for you, instead of white hat. You want to use strategies that are based on content and not on undermining or underhanded sort of just link dropping and keyword stuffing, etc. Anyway, that's a
Well,
different
here's
topic.
here's here's where the other shoe drops. If you use those black hat practices, soon Google smites you like a mosquito, and your
Exactly.
SEO goes down into the toilet, and that's pretty much the end of it.
And you've paid somebody tons of money to have your SEO go down into the toilet. And so I love what you're saying about the fact that you curate and you vet the people who you have come and present, and you vet the information that you have in the trainings. And this is really important, because everyone watching, would you agree? Put it in the comments. Would you agree that we all have access to way too much information on the internet, and a lot of it, let's be honest, sucks. A lot of it
For sure.
sucks. So you want to have people like Hank, who has gone through the ropes in your business. How many years have you been in business, Hank? 25? How many?
A
Long
long
time,
time,
right?
a long time.
And for me,
And
it's over 22 and a half years now. I can't even believe that.
well, in this particular incarnation in the hat that I'm wearing, Hank the PR guy, in this
Uh-huh.
one, I would say that 2010 is when I started this one. But
Mm-hmm.
I've got a long, long background of I was a newspaper reporter. I was
Mm-hmm.
a graphics designer. I was a marketing facilitator. I worked for PR firms. I've done a lot of stuff over the
Yeah.
years. And this is where I am now. In 2010, I started this home-based business with the notion of going back to my roots and
Mm-hmm.
integrating all of these things that I've picked up
Nice.
over the years. That's why I'm basically like a one-stop shop, not so much in the home business success community, but in my Hank Eder public relations and marketing. If I can't do it, I have people who do it, but you come to me, everything you need from websites to copywriting for print and web to press releases. I mean, you name it, we'll do it. Branding, design. Yeah. And
That's awesome.
that's because of
Because
the long background that I have.
I love that. And then business owners don't have to put things together piecemeal, which takes a lot more. People think, well, I'm going to save money that way. No, 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 no. You're going to lose time, and that is money too. So and you're going to get a shoddy job probably if you're piecemealing together this and that and the other in your business. So I love that you're the one-stop Hank's shop. Hank's convenience store for
There you go.
business owners. But hey, seriously, you want to be the 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 7-Eleven, right, of the business owner, so you can go in and find whatever you need.
Yeah,
Whatever you need.
we got to start offering sandwiches.
There you go. You should well, when you do your trainings, you can always send people a DoorDash card electronically when you have a longer training and everybody eats lunch together on Zoom using their DoorDash card. So this is something cool that some trainers have done. I think it's a lot of fun.
That is
You
kind of
know,
cool, but, you just gave me an idea a few minutes ago for an upcoming training that I
mm,
hadn't thought of, and you just gave it to me. It's, how to deal with difficult clients. So that's gonna
yeah.
come up soon.
Oh, good. Oh,
Mhm.
good. Well, you let me know when that one's going to happen so I can go ahead and set it on my calendar. By the way, you all, I am a member of the Home Business Success community, just to let you know.
Yes, yes.
I am a member. I'm a VIP member. In fact, I just decided that, Hank. I just decided I'm a VIP member. But anyway, you all, it is a very valuable community. And like you, Hank, I just wish that I had had me the way I am now when I started my business 22 and a half years ago, because I went the long, steady, it was very steady, slow way to get where I am now. And anytime that you participate in a community and a coaching program, you all, anytime you invest in your business, obviously asking people, checking people out, researching the people you work with, making sure that the claims they offer, the promises they offer, they do fulfill. All right. That's very important, obviously. But anytime that you invest in your business, everybody, you're a badass. Because truthfully, to invest in your business is like you are laying the foundation for everything else you're building. And you can't have a successful business that's a shanty. You just can't. So, personal and professional development, you mentioned Dean Graciosi, Hank. He says, and Tony Robbins say, they work together, of course. They say the amount that you invest is the amount your profits increase. So, invest generously in yourself. And if you don't have a training budget, you all, for goodness sakes, just get yourself one of those 0% credit cards and begin to invest that way. Go to PayPal and get one of their business loans for 0%, or offer some kind of financing. That's something I recently started doing, Hank, for people who had that excuse, by the way, because we're talking about favorite excuses, the excuse of, oh, well, I don't have money to invest in my business. I don't have any extra money for that. Well, I offer, with a partnership with a company, I offer financing now. I don't do any of it. I just have the partnership. It's very simple for them to get approved. The company does soft pull on their credit, and usually within 24 to 48 hours, they have an offer that is greater than the amount they would need for my program. So it gives them a little extra that they can invest elsewhere, which is awesome. So what would you say, Hank? Favorite excuses. We just had one. I don't have the money to invest in my business. What are some of
Mhm.
the other favorite excuses that you hear from people you work with, and or people who say, well, I'd really love to join the Home Business Success Network community, but I don't have the money. And by the way, how much is the membership per month?
Oh, it's laughingly low. I mean, for what you get out of it, the membership per month is only $40 a month.
Oh,
And
my
if
lands.
Yeah, and if you get into this at $40 a month, you will be grandfathered in, because there will come time and time again when the membership does go up. But if you join at $40 a month, you will always be in there at $40 a month.
Well, the point being, you all, this content is going to be on the internet evergreen, and we're doing this now in 2023. Don't wait. Go ahead and check it out. And if it appeals to you, join now so you get grandfathered in at $40 a month. That's amazing. That's less than a meal out.
It
And
certainly is, especially in today's restaurants.
exactly. And I want you all watching, I really want you to think that way, because you have money, you have resources. It's just, how are you allocating them? And so you may just need to take some of the resources that you're allocating to drinks out on the town with your buds, or a movie out, and just take that one amount that you're spending that evening, and then put it into growing your business with a community such as Hank's. So think about that. You will never be disappointed when you invest wisely in your business. It will grow. It will grow incrementally faster than if you just sit back and hope things will be better. Hope is not a strategy, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Hope is not a strategy. Okay. So, Hank, what are some other excuses? Oh, well, there's an excuse. I think things will get better soon.
Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
waiting until things get better, or I'm
I'm
waiting until I have the money, or I'm waiting until my ship comes in, or, people say, "Oh, I want to start a business. I just don't know what to do." Uh, I'm waiting before I put it out there. I'm waiting until I get all the ducks lined up.
Oh, yes. I'm
You know
waiting
what?
to get my website done. Oh, I
Right.
just blew that one out of the water with Jorel Mitchell, who was on a few times ago, and he has this incredible free app. Next spot, y'all get it. it will replace a website. It can even replace a website. You get an e-portfolio that you can send to people, and you get a QR code. So when you're networking, you just show them the QR code. Now that's genius right there. Stop saying stuff like I'm waiting for X.
Yeah, I'm waiting for X. And people say, well, I want to do this, especially people that I come across, people who are in the digital market. They're into
Mm-hmm.
courses or they want to do courses because they all understand that courses or memberships can replace trading hours for money because,
Mm-hmm.
with a course, your course can go out to thousands of people and you've built the course once. So or with a membership, the same kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of members and you go in and you teach on a monthly basis, but you don't have to teach 1,000 people individually. So it's a great time saver. But you hear people say, oh, I want to do that, but I'm waiting until I feel like I've polished my chops. I want to
Mm,
get smoother before I do it. No, you won't get smoother before you do it. You'll get
yep.
smoother by doing it. Because the more you do it,
Voila.
the better
You
you get at it.
You won't get smoother by waiting and polishing. You get smoother by doing it. Did y'all hear what Hank just said? We get smoother, we get better by doing it. And it's just an elaborate form of procrastination to believe that everything has to be perfect before you can get going. And, I just say to people, like, I have people who say, oh, I want to write a book. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I say, just start with a chapter. Just start writing a blog twice a week, and that blog, then you can take those blog posts and it can become a book at the end of a year. If you
That
keep
is
it focused on something like, your daily crazy fun marketing tip, then do that on your blog at least 2 or 3 times a week. And at the end of a year, you're going to have over 120 or over 150 entries, and you can turn those into a book. You can turn them into a course. You can turn them into a workbook. There's all sorts of stuff that you can turn them into. Hank, I want to ask you this because I see so many people who are like, well, I have to figure out my whole course. No, you don't. Just map out your units, 5 units and a bonus for a 6-week course. Just map them out. What is each unit on? What is each little video on? And add a bonus, some exciting bonus that makes sense, and do the first one.
right.
Go
And you can
ahead.
at that point, you can actually start doing pre-sales for your course.
Exactly.
You could actually tell potential customers, okay, this course will be coming out in a few weeks. The first modules will be coming out in a few weeks, or the first modules will be coming out next month. But get in now.
Get
And
in now, get
yeah,
in the swimming pool, stop standing on the side wanting to swim. And the thing is that when you do that first module, guess what? I guarantee you have people in there. You've sold it for a beta price that is a beta tuition that is lower. You get people in because it's beta and they get a better deal. Just get them in the door. And then guess what? You will get the second module done by the next week. What do you think, Hank? You'll get it done because you've got people who've paid you. Mm-hmm.
that's
And you
right.
got to deliver.
And you mentioned you have a beta course, which is great. And you've got these people who came in to be part of the inaugural, to be part of, they're in there from the beginning. But you know what you also get through that is you get social credibility because everyone who's
Yes.
in your course, if you're delivering, I'm trying to remember who said, always under promise and over deliver. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
over delivering and you're giving them what they came
Mm-hmm.
for, and you're really making them happy, you know what? You're going to get a bunch of testimonials from that. And testimonials are like gold when you're putting things like landing pages together.
Mm-hmm.
You need those testimonials because that goes a long way. You could blow your own horn and you can sing your own praises, but if you've got a group of people who say, I took this course and I had X problem, and after I took this course, I was able to blow that problem out of the water, and that counts for a whole lot. So you're doing yourself a favor by getting it out there. And like Barnsley said, the people who join your course, they're holding you accountable for doing each module. So you're going to get it out there. You will get it out
But
there.
they don't realize that. You just know you've got to deliver it at the time that you said. And
That
and you
is
will get it
correct.
done. It's like when you had a project in high school or college, you got that thing done, didn't you? Even if you had to stay up all night, you got it done. And once you've run that the first time and you have your social proof, you've got your testimonials, you hopefully have some video testimonials, which, video always gets more looks than anything else. And you have some written ones, and you can go from there because you've got the social proof. So, you all, what's the message here? One message is don't wait, start. And don't think that you have to have something completely done before you can start charging. And get testimonials. Whatever you do, you ever offer somebody a discount, you ever do something extra for someone, always, always, always ask for a testimonial and get it. And there are ways to say it that are nice. I remember at the beginning when I started speaking, there were some big groups that wanted me, but they had a certain budget. And so I would say, well, my normal fee is X. In exchange for giving you this discount of X amount, provided you're happy with the program, I want to ask, number one, that you give me a testimonial on letterhead, because those were the days when letterhead was great for portfolios, a testimonial letter on letterhead about what you liked about it. Number two, that you send out a quick message I'm going to send you to everyone in your organization, offering them my complimentary ebook, because why I wanted to get them into my database. And three, you make a direct connection of me to 3 other people who hire, and I used that word, hire professional speakers. So did everybody catch that? That's some gold right there. Whenever you discount or you offer something extra that wasn't part of the original package or the original agreement, make sure you ask for one or more of all of those things. Now it wouldn't be a letterhead testimonial
Right.
necessarily, but it could be a video testimonial,
Well,
or it
that's why
could be
you that
testimonials on Google My Business, for instance.
oh, definitely. And that's tied into why, uh, you put out things that bring people into your funnel. I mean, in this electronic age, you offer something that's of value and you make sure
Mhm,
it's of value. In fact, you make sure it's of greater value than some of the people who are in your field would charge money for. You offer something free, a free
mhm,
ebook, uh, a free presentation. Maybe it's a PowerPoint presentation. Maybe it's a free video that's going to teach you to do X. You have a problem, it's
mhm,
going to teach you to do X. You put that out there free, but in return, you're asking for their email address. You're wanting them into your sphere of influence. And then the things that you offer, you get into their good graces by, again, over delivering, under promise, over deliver. But you want to get them to the point that the stuff you've given them is of such high quality that when
mhm.
it comes to the point that you actually offer a product, you make your offer, you want them to say to themselves, wow, he's put out such incredible stuff that he's given me free.
Yes,
Imagine what this course is going to be like if I have to pay for it, or what that
yes.
membership will be like if I have to pay for it. Yeah.
There, because you've over delivered with all the complimentary stuff. I would say I have a friend who says never say free, but I do love the word free, that you can call it complimentary if you want. But you have shown them the kind of value that you deliver, and they're saying, wow, if he would give me all this, if Hank would give me all this for free, and Dr. Barnsley would give me all of this for free, well, wonder what their paid offers are like. And that's what we want people to be thinking is, you know, we want them to be thinking, wow, this is so much value every time I tune in to the Bold Badass Business Show. This is so much value every time I go to the Home Business Success Community monthly trainings. It's so much value that I would never ever consider not being a part of it. So I really like what you're sharing here. It's wonderful. So Hank, what are some others? We've just got a few more minutes. What are some other favorite excuses that you hear people giving, and you just want to pull all your hair out?
Well, two of them are kind of the inverse, the flip side of each other. One is, I want to go out and get this message out to the world, but do I have the credibility? I'm too young. And the
Oh,
other one is, I have a message, I have all this stuff to put out, but I'm kind of tired. I'm too old, you
mm.
know? So
I love that.
you
That's
have to get over
hilarious.
those excuses. If you're too young, hey, maybe you're young and attractive, and that can be in your favor. Maybe you're a little bit older, like I'm not a spring chicken, but you're a little bit older, but you've got years and years of wisdom behind you. I had that
Mhm.
same experience when I first, I took a Rachel Peterson free course on breaking into TikTok. And I was thinking, should I do TikTok? I'm kind of, a graybeard guy among a sea of young women who were doing the TikTok dance. But then I
Yes.
learned that for business right now, TikTok is like the number one platform for short form video. And
Yes.
if you've got things you could talk about for 60 seconds, make a whole pile of them and start putting them on TikTok. And the users, the business users, they're not going to care if you're old or if you're young. They're going to care is the content that you're offering useful to me? And if it is, you're going to build an audience. You can build an audience fairly quickly on TikTok. Yeah,
And short reels are in. They're the thing. And you can take a longer video like this one that we're doing, and you can chop it up into little bits and pieces and use it. So I would say to everybody, stop thinking that you have to create something over and over and over again. Just take something and repurpose it. Take a video and repurpose it and cut it up and use it. Or take a presentation you've given and cut it up and use it. I love that you're talking about TikTok. I am not on TikTok yet. And I'll tell you some of the funniest things I watch. I do watch stuff on TikTok. Is there's this dancing grandmother. She's awesome. Man, she is groovy. She is so groovy. Um, so you can absolutely get on there, and there are people of all ages doing dances. There are people doing their business stuff. It's quite the thing. So yeah, TikTok, I love that. Well,
when
so
I
Hank,
had no audience whatsoever on TikTok, I posted something called what's better than the golden rule? And it was like 60 seconds about something that my friend Blaine calls the platinum rule. And overnight it got like 395 interactions, and that was without having an audience. So I'm still working on building an audience, and I've got some work ahead of me to do that. But TikTok, it's like, what do they call it? A blue ocean opportunity, because it's not all played out like some of the other social media venues seem to be.
yes. And if you can plug in to something that's already viral on TikTok or YouTube and add your voice into the topic and use your hashtags, you can actually get people uh, who are already following whatever that trend is, looking at you.
That's right. And in fact, the most recent training we did in the home business success community was on short form video, why it's important, how you should use it, and a
Oh,
few tips
wow.
for making it, including what you mentioned before, repurposing.
Hank, I am so glad you reminded me of that because I didn't get to come to that one. And I really want to see that one because it is definitely one of my plans with my VA to have some of these interviews cut into smaller pieces. Because let's face it, who has time to watch a 30, 35-minute, 40-minute interview these days? Obviously we are very interesting, aren't we, Hank? We are
Yes,
super
we are.
interesting. We are so interesting. I know y'all think we are interesting. Who thinks we're interesting? See, I do. We're definitely interesting, and we'll entertain you, and you can listen to us when you're out walking and this sort of thing. But the truth of the matter is we are so accustomed as a society to want our little bits of information, like the sound bites in PR. We want a sound bite that'll give us the Cliff's Note version. So that's what like a reel is, you all. It's just a short, pithy moment of wisdom, expertise, knowledge that you can take and apply. Well, so Hank, you have been an incredible guest. I'm going to have you back. I know we were going to have you play the guitar, so we're going to have you back to do that. Um, we're definitely going to have you back to do that and to talk about some of the other things that you and I can talk about. But I want to ask you really quickly, how do people come and join the home business success community? Where do they go?
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you post along with this video? Will you post information that they can click on, links and
You
things
can
like that?
comment the links, yes. And I'm not quite sure because I'm going to be out of the country at the time that this runs again. So, but definitely you can go in and post the links. So that will give people what they need. But where do they go online? Is it or
If
do
they
you
want
want them
to,
just to email you and tell them that they came from this interview? Would that
that would be
work?
an interesting way to get this thing started. I mean, I do have a link that I could give, but instead, send me an email at
Mm-hmm.
Hank Eder, Eder. And if you're looking at this interview, you see it spelled out for you on the screen. Hank
Mm-hmm.
at hankeder.com. Tell me you heard me on the Barnsley Brown show, on the Dr. Barnsley show, and you
Bold,
interested.
badass business owners.
There you go, the
Yeah.
kick-ass coach and Reiki
Yeah.
trainer. Tell me that you heard about this on that show, and you're interested in the home business success community, and I will personally send you the best link for getting involved.
Love it. And that'll have some fun extra perks, y'all, just so you know. Because Hank always takes care of friends of friends. He's a super nice guy and will connect you to lots of wonderful people. Hank, I so appreciate what you've shared with us. It's time for people to take action. And I just want to say to you all watching, you matter, your voice matters, your purpose matters. And it's time to get going. So kick these excuses that we've talked about, that Hank has talked about, kick them to the curb and get on your mission. Thanks again, Hank.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
Everybody, subscribe to Bold Badass Business Owners and like and share this, okay? I see you. I see you.
Bye.